What's up everyone, in today's video we're going to be going over some mistakes to avoid when using apparel mockups. I'm going to show you how to get the most out of your designs and give you some tips and tricks for making the best mockups. Let's get into it. So we've got this design here ready to go, so it's time to chuck it on a mockup. First thing to think about is what piece of clothing this is going to look good on. You can't design the same way for a t-shirt as you do for a hoodie. And just because the design looks good in Photoshop, it doesn't mean it's going to work on a tank or a v-neck or a hoodie, t-shirt, whatever. But that's why mockups are a great tool. You can try your design out on loads of different types of clothing to see what works and what doesn't. They'll save you loads of time and headache down the road. Next tip, pick a good mockup. Now, as most of you will know, not all mockups are the best quality, and starting off with a high resolution, good quality mockup is going to make a huge difference to the end product. Now obviously at Pixel Source we make and sell our own mockups, so I'm going to use one of ours, and today I'm going to go with this Champion t-shirt set. Next tip is when you're adding your design, be realistic with the placement. Don't cover the entire body of the t-shirt with the design, because chances are that's not going to be a realistic option when you go to print, and anyway it doesn't look that good. So make sure your design has some breathing room when you add it and you'll be golden. Next thing I want to talk about is picking colours. If the goal of this is to end up with a printed shirt, you need to consider what blank you're using and what colours are available for that item. When you're coming up with your design, you should definitely keep in mind what colours you have available, because that can have a huge impact on how the final product looks. If you're creating just for your portfolio, this is less important. So we're using this Champion t-shirt today, and it comes in a few colours which you can see here. So what I'm going to do is pick a colour that I think works well with our design, complements it and doesn't clash. And I think that this colour looks pretty good. This step is less important if you're printing on a black and white shirt, because most designs are going to look good with those. Next up is the background. I like keeping it simple with a white background. For me, the main focus is what I'm trying to sell, which is this t-shirt. So anything other than a simple background is going to deter from that. There's definitely exceptions to this though, like if you're posting this on social media, sometimes to get people's attention is really tough, so you need to add some other elements to the image to draw someone's eye, but that's for another video. Next up is the presentation. This depends a little bit on what the mockup is for. Is it for your online store, your portfolio, for a client? What it's for determines how the mockup in your design is going to be presented. For an online store, you probably just leave it at this honestly. You might do another image that is a close-up of the design, but that's pretty much it. If it's for your portfolio, you might want to do something like this, something that shows off the design as well as the final product. If it's for a client, you might want to include some extra information on the image, like how many colors you use, the Pantone info for each color, what size the t-shirt design is mocked up on, just some additional info so when they go to take it to their screen printer, they have everything they need to get going. Finally, saving your design. Don't do any compression. If you're going to be uploading the mockups on social media, Facebook and Instagram already do a ton of compressing themselves, so don't bring down the quality of your image just to have them compressed again. You can definitely resize your images though. Our mockups are 4000 by 4000 pixels, which is pretty big, so you can certainly bring that down to say 1500 by 1500, which will bring the file size down as well. Just make sure the quality is always the highest it can be when you export. That's it for today guys. I hope we helped you out with your mockups, and hopefully these tips and tricks are going to make a big difference for you going forward. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.